Right, welcome back to Talk Tickers. Today we're strapping on those GoPros and taking a deep dive into their Q4 2024 performance.
Ooh, yeah, get ready for some twists and turns.
So setting the stage here, GoPro, they pulled in $201 million in revenue for Q4, which actually met their projections.
Yeah.
They're reporting a GAAP net loss of 24 cents per share and a non-GAAP net loss of 0.99 per share. Now that non-GAAP figure actually beat their guidance, but I'm kind of curious, what's the bigger picture here? Is this a good quarter for GoPro, given everything going on in the economy right now?
Well, on the surface, hitting those revenue targets while still posting a loss, it might seem, I don't know, a little underwhelming, right?
Yeah.
But think about this. The global economy, it's been, a little shaky lately.
Right.
And consumer electronics, especially those that are seen as like discretionary spending, they're taking a hit. So in that context, GoPro holding steady,
Yeah.
that could actually be a sign of strength.
So meeting expectations, amidst a choppy market like we're in right now, that's like a relative win.
Precisely. It suggests that they're navigating those challenges effectively. Now, let's unpack those per share figures a little bit. Remember, GAAP, that follows these very strict accounting rules.
Right.
While non-GAAP, this allows companies to exclude certain items to give us like a clearer picture of their operational performance.
So non-GAAP exceeding guidance, that kind of suggests their core business is actually healthier than those GAAP numbers might initially suggest.
Exactly. You got it. And this leads us to, I think, a real highlight of this earnings call.
Okay.
GoPro's subscription service.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. Their subscription and service revenue, it jumped to 9% year over year, and their average revenue per user, or ARPU, also up 8%.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty impressive numbers, right?
I think those figures are more than just impressive. They're strategic.
Okay.
Remember, GoPro's been pushing towards this subscription model, right? And this ARPU increase, it shows that strategy is gaining traction.
Yeah.
They're not just attracting more subscribers, they're getting better at making money, monetizing those subscribers, which could create like a more stable, predictable revenue stream.
Yeah, it's all about building that loyal subscriber base.
Yeah.
And speaking of loyalty, their retention numbers they're remarkable.
Oh, yeah.
69% aggregate subscription retention in Q4, with fourth-year renewals close to 90%.
Oh.
That's sticky.
Yeah, those numbers are well above industry averages.
Oh.
Which suggests that GoPro has created this really compelling ecosystem. It's not just about the cameras anymore. It's about the community, the software, the whole experience. This level of retention really speaks to the value that they're delivering to those subscribers.
Okay, so solid subscription business emerging. But what about the cameras themselves? There were some interesting developments there too, right?
Absolutely. GoPro is shaking things up with their product portfolio. That new entry-level Hero camera is a prime example.
Right. This tiny 4K camera, it weighs a mere 86 grams.
Yeah.
They even added a firmware update, wider aspect ratios, and immersive digital lens settings. What's the strategy behind targeting this entry-level segment?
Well, it's a very savvy move to expand their market reach. This more affordable option can attract a wider range of consumers, including those who might be, new to action cameras or maybe haven't considered GoPro before. They're essentially widening the top of that sales funnel.
So capturing those beginners, vloggers, everyday users who just want a taste of that GoPro experience.
Yeah.
Without that hefty price tag.
Exactly. And those new features, they're all about enhancing the user experience, which is key to driving customer satisfaction and ultimately retention.
Speaking of expanding into new markets, GoPro's renewed focus on the 360-degree camera market is particularly noteworthy.
Definitely. I was excited to see that.
I was too.
They've revamped the Quick app with enhanced 360 editing features, including subject tracking and keyframe-based reframing.
Right.
It's clear they're emphasizing content creation and giving those users more creative control. Why this renewed emphasis on 360, especially the editing features?
Yeah.
I think it's about tapping into current trends.
Right.
360 cameras offer this unique perspective, and these enhanced editing features, they empower users to craft these more immersive and engaging stories.
Yeah.
It's a smart way to differentiate themselves in a crowded market.
It really is. And they're not just stopping at software. They're releasing a refreshed Max 360 camera as like a more accessible entry-level option ahead of that highly anticipated Max 2 launch later this year. This two-tiered approach is interesting. What's your take on that?
It's a strategic play to capture a wider audience within that 360 market. The Refresh Max provides a stepping stone for more budget-conscious consumers, potentially enticing them to upgrade to that Max 2 later.
Right.
They're building a 360 ecosystem, much like they've done with their traditional action cameras.
Speaking of the Max 2, they were pretty tight-lipped about specifics, but they're clearly confident that it's going to be a game changer.
Oh yeah, the hype is real.
It is. It is. But let's shift gears for a moment and address the elephant in the room. GoPro is projecting lower unit and revenue figures for 2025.
Yeah.
Citing macroeconomic factors, competition, and the Max 2 delay. Those are some significant headwinds.
They are indeed.
Yeah.
The macroeconomic factors we discussed earlier, coupled with intense competition and a delayed flagship product launch, that creates a very challenging landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not all doom and gloom, right?
Right.
GoPro is taking steps to address these challenges, right?
Absolutely. They're being proactive.
Okay, that's reassuring. What are they doing to navigate this tricky period?
Well, they've implemented some significant cost reductions and operational streamlining, demonstrating a real focus on efficiency. Now, this might sound concerning at first, but it suggests that they're being proactive and adapting to the current market realities. Think of it as tightening the belt to weather the storm.
So it's not just about cutting back. It's about becoming leaner and more agile, like we talked about earlier.
Precisely. And let's not forget that they've also been diversifying their supply chain, particularly by moving away from China. This is more than just cost saving. It's strategic to mitigate geopolitical risks. And potentially increase their long-term profitability.
Yeah, that's a really crucial point, I think, given the current global landscape. But it's reassuring to hear that they're not just hunkering down. They've also emphasized their commitment to returning to growth and profitability in 2026. Through this expanded and diversified product roadmap.
That's the key takeaway here. GoPro's not just playing defense. They're actively investing in their future. This commitment to innovation, coupled with their cost-saving measures and strategic supply chain diversification, it suggests they have a well-defined plan to navigate these current headwinds and emerge even stronger on the other side.
Well, that's all very encouraging. It's like, while 2025 might be a bit bumpy, the future still holds a lot of potential for GoPro.
It certainly does. They have the brand recognition, the loyal customer base, a proven track record of innovation. Now it's about executing that strategy and proving to the market that they're not just surviving, they're thriving.
And that brings us to our favorite part of the show.
Where
we throw caution to the wind and dive into
the "this is not financial advice" segment.
Exactly.
Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get speculative.
This is where we put on our playful futurist hats and explore some outrageously plausible trade ideas. Based on everything we've discussed. Now, remember, this is purely hypothetical and for entertainment purposes only.
Of course.
We are not financial advisors, and this is not investment advice. Always do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Couldn't agree more. But with that disclaimer out of the way, let's have some fun. So what wild trade idea are you cooking up today?
All right, here's my pitch. Based on everything we've discussed, if I were a betting person, and again, I'm not, I might consider a long-term call option on GoPro stock, targeting 2026 or later.
Ooh, now that's an interesting play. I'm intrigued. Talk me through your logic here.
Well, they're clearly facing some headwinds in the short term, which could potentially lead to a depressed stock price, creating an opportunity for a savvy investor. But at the same time, they're taking proactive steps to streamline operations, diversify their offerings, and position themselves for a rebound in 2026.
It's a bold move, but I see where you're going with this. A long-term call option could offer some significant leverage if GoPro's turnaround strategy is successful.
Exactly. If they hit their growth targets and regain that market confidence, that stock price could soar, and a long-term call option would beautifully capture that upside potential.
Of course, there's inherent risk involved. If GoPro stumbles, the option could expire worthless.
Right.
It's a calculated gamble, but the potential reward could be significant.
Precisely. It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario
Yep.
that would appeal to those investors with a strong belief in GoPro's long-term prospects and a healthy appetite for risk. But again, this is just a hypothetical trade idea.
Don't go rushing to your brokers just yet.
Do your own research, assess your risk tolerance, and consult with a qualified financial advisor.
Absolutely. We're just two podcasters having a lively discussion, not financial gurus dispensing investment advice.
Yeah.
But hey, a little speculative fun never hurt anyone, right?
Yeah, that's what Talk Tickers is all about. Now we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on GoPro's future? Do you share my optimism for a 2026 rebound? Head over to our social media channels and share your predictions.
Yeah.
And your own outrageously plausible trade ideas if you're feeling adventurous.
We love hearing from our listeners, getting your perspectives on these earnings calls.
So stay tuned for a part 2 of this deep dive, where we'll delve a little deeper into some of the specific challenges and opportunities facing GoPro as they navigate this ever-evolving market.
Until then, keep those cameras rolling, those deep dives coming, and those speculative trade ideas flowing.
Welcome back to Talk Tickers. Let's shift our focus a little bit and take a closer look at some of the challenges that GoPro faces as they chart their course forward.
Yeah, it's not all smooth sailing. Right. I mean, despite their innovative spirit and their loyal customer base, there are some real headwinds that they need to navigate.
Precisely. We touched on those macroeconomic factors earlier.
Yeah.
But let's dive a bit deeper. Inflation.
Right.
Interest rates, consumer confidence, all of these things influence how people spend their discretionary income.
Yeah.
And action cameras, while awesome, they're not exactly necessities.
They're more of a treat-yourself purchase, right?
Yeah.
So when the economy weakens, those are often the first things to get cut from budgets.
Exactly. GoPro isn't immune to those broader economic trends.
Right.
And that's reflected in their projections for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the ever-present pressure of competition.
Yeah, the action camera market has become incredibly crowded.
It has.
How are they handling the heat from like the established players, like Sony, DJI, as well as all those smaller brands that seem to be popping up everywhere?
It's a constant battle for market share.
Right.
GoPro, they can't just rest on their laurels. They need to continuously innovate and differentiate themselves to stay ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
This is where their commitment to research and development.
Yeah, it becomes even more crucial.
It's like a high-stakes game of chess.
It is.
Always anticipating that next move.
Right.
But innovation takes time. It takes resources.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the AMX2 delay.
Right.
What impact could this have on their near-term prospects?
Delaying a flagship product launch, especially one generating as much buzz as the Max 2, that can create a real ripple effect.
Right.
It can impact revenue projections, dampen investor enthusiasm, even give competitors an opportunity to gain some ground.
It's almost like missing a crucial step in a carefully choreographed dance routine.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the whole flow gets disrupted.
That's a great analogy. And it's why GoPro's efforts to reduce operating expenses and streamline their product development process are so critical.
Yeah.
They need to maximize efficiency, make sure they're getting the most bang for their buck, so to speak.
So it's about becoming leaner and more agile, as we discussed earlier. Making sure that they're in a strong position to weather this period of uncertainty and capitalize on those opportunities when they arise.
Precisely. And let's not forget their strategic decision to diversify that supply chain, particularly by moving away from China.
Yeah.
This move has multiple benefits. It mitigates geopolitical risks. It potentially improves their margins. It even allows them to explore new manufacturing partnerships.
It's a smart, forward-thinking move that demonstrates their commitment to long-term stability and profitability.
It does.
They're essentially creating a more resilient business model.
Yeah.
One that's capable of navigating this complex global landscape that we're in. Exactly.
But even with these proactive measures, they're still projecting a decline in revenue and unit sales for 2025.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality that they're facing.
Right.
But it's not necessarily a sign of defeat, right?
Right.
It's more about, I think, setting realistic expectations and acknowledging those challenges ahead. It's like taking a strategic pause to reassess, regroup, and prepare for the next phase of growth.
I like that perspective.
Yeah.
They're not just accepting defeat, they're recalibrating their approach. And a key part of that recalibration is their commitment to expanding their product portfolio and diversifying their offerings.
We already see this with the introduction of that entry-level hero camera.
Yeah.
It's clear they're looking beyond that core action camera market and targeting those new customer segments. Right. What other opportunities do you see for GoPro to expand and diversify?
Oh, the possibilities are intriguing.
Yeah.
Think about the growing demand for virtual and augmented reality experiences.
Yeah.
GoPro, with their expertise in image capture and stabilization, could be a natural player in this space.
Oh, I love that idea. Imagine a GoPro VR camera capturing that immersive 360-degree footage. That transports you back to, your most thrilling adventures.
Yeah.
They could even develop software that integrates with the popular VR platforms.
Absolutely.
Creating a whole new ecosystem for GoPro content.
Precisely. And let's not forget about the creator economy.
Right.
GoPro could offer tools and services that empower creators to produce and share high-quality content. Think advanced editing software, cloud storage solutions.
Right.
Even partnerships with social media platforms for that seamless content distribution.
Those are fantastic ideas. They could even develop educational resources.
Yes.
Workshops teaching creators how to maximize the potential of their GoPro cameras and produce professional grade content.
It's about becoming more than just a hardware company.
Yeah.
It's about creating a holistic GoPro ecosystem.
Right.
A community where creators can learn, they can connect, they can inspire each other.
Yeah, and don't underestimate the power of partnerships.
Oh, absolutely.
GoPro could collaborate with other brands, content platforms, even educational institutions, right?
Yes.
To expand their reach.
Yeah.
And offer those unique experiences to their customers.
Absolutely.
Those are all fantastic avenues for growth.
It's exciting to think about how GoPro can leverage, their brand recognition, their loyal following, and their innovative spirit to carve out new spaces in this ever-evolving tech landscape that we're in. It's like they're standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted territory, ready to embark on a new adventure.
And that's what makes this company so compelling to follow.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to take risks, push boundaries, redefine what's possible.
Right.
They've faced challenges before, and they've always emerged, stronger, more innovative, more determined.
Yeah. Their story is a testament to resilience, adaptability, and that unwavering belief in capturing and sharing life's most incredible moments. Well said. And that brings us to a segment where we explore those moments, not through a camera lens, but through the lens of possibility. It's time for GoPro, What Could Be, where we, put on our futurist hats and gaze into that crystal ball a little bit.
I like it.
We've covered the facts, we've analyzed the challenges, and now it's time to really unleash our imaginations.
Right.
Let's explore some what-if scenarios.
Okay.
Potential paths GoPro could take to not just survive, but truly thrive in the years ahead.
Okay, so picture this. GoPro in 2027. What do you see?
I see a company that has fully embraced its role as a content creation powerhouse.
Okay.
They've moved beyond just cameras to build this robust ecosystem that empowers those users to capture, edit, and share their experiences seamlessly.
Like a one-stop shop for all your content creation needs.
Exactly. Imagine a suite of AI-powered tools that automate those tedious editing tasks, maybe suggest creative effects, even generate personalized music scores for your videos.
That would be incredible.
Right.
Imagine the time and effort saved.
Yeah.
And what if they partnered with major social media platforms to integrate GoPro content directly into their feeds?
Brilliant. Instant access to a massive audience and new avenues for monetization for both GoPro and its users.
Right.
It's a win-win.
Now you're talking. Speaking of win-win, what about their hardware?
Yeah.
What does the GoPro camera of 2027 look like?
I envision a camera that's almost invisible.
Okay.
Seamlessly integrated into our lives. Maybe it's a wearable device. Or even a tiny chip embedded in our clothing.
Wow.
Constantly capturing our perspective without us even thinking about it.
It's like a personal documentary crew.
Yeah.
Following you everywhere you go.
Exactly. And imagine the possibilities for those augmented and virtual reality experiences.
Right.
Right.
GoPro could become the gateway to these immersive worlds.
Yeah.
Allowing users to relive their adventures in breathtaking detail, or even explore, entirely new realities. They could partner with VR gaming companies, educational institutions, even travel agencies to create these truly unique experiences.
GoPro has always been a company that celebrates the outdoors, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it only makes sense that they would be at the forefront of like eco-conscious manufacturing.
Absolutely. I see them using recycled materials, minimizing packaging, offsetting their carbon footprint.
Right.
They could even partner with those environmental organizations to support conservation efforts and promote, responsible outdoor recreation.
So GoPro could become synonymous with adventure that's both thrilling and sustainable.
Precisely. They could even incentivize users to participate in those eco-friendly initiatives.
Right.
By offering, rewards or exclusive content through their subscription service. See, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
They truly are. And while we can't predict the future with certainty,
Right.
one thing is clear. GoPro has the talent, the drive, and the vision to create something truly remarkable.
Well said. It's certainly an exciting time to be following GoPro's journey.
It is.
So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into GoPro's Q4 2024 earnings call. We covered those financial highlights, analyzed their strategic moves, explored those challenges and opportunities. We even indulged in a little futuristic brainstorming.
We did.
Hopefully you gained some valuable insights into GoPro's current state and potential future.
Absolutely.
And as always, remember, this is not financial advice.
Right.
Always do your own research, consult with a qualified professional, and make those informed investment decisions. Now go out there, capture your own adventures, whether it's, with a GoPro or just your own unique perspective.
Absolutely.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those deep dives coming.
See you next time.